locks on their safes to keep their valuables and documents secure. This helps deter theft because robbers may not want to wait around for the safe to open. If they do, the time delay may keep them around long enough for police to make an arrest. This lock lets you select delays ranging from 1 to 30 minutes. The timer starts after you insert the key. Most of the lock's components are made of zinc. This semi-automated casting machine heats zinc bars to about 800 degrees. The molten metal is then fed into an injection system, which shoots the zinc into a part-shaped mold. The machine automatically refills the zinc bars as the metal is used. As soon as the machine injects molten zinc into the mold, surrounding tubes spray cold water to quickly cool and solidify the metal. Then the mold opens and ejects the part. The parts have rough edges, so they go into a vibrating tub. Inside, they rub against ceramic stones and an abrasive compound to smooth the edges and polish the surface. The parts are cleaned and painted on one side. Then they go into an oven to bake on the paint. The lock's main cam sets the time delay and the open window, the amount of time before the safe automatically relocks. Here they're drilling holes for screws, which will regulate the lengths of the time delay and the open window. Once the lock's components are prepared, assembly begins. Workers insert the lock cylinder into its shell and remove the key. Then they screw on a steel cylinder cam. When you turn the key in the cylinder, a cam winds and starts the timer. After the set time delay, the cam pulls a lever that releases the lock's latch. To build the lock's timing assembly, they first attach a spring to the timer plate. They hold the spring in place with a plastic retainer. Then they install a brass timer cam. The spring holds it in the lock position. A pin on the cylinder cam's lever sits on the timer cam. When the time delay is over, the pin releases the timer spring and the timer cam moves to the unlock position. This allows the cylinder cam to retract the latch and open the lock. They screw the plate with the spring and timer cam to the timer, which is gear driven like a mechanical clock. They let the timer run down all the way. Then they turn the spring 4 times. They mount the main cam, which sets the time delay and open window, on top of the timer cam. Now they begin calibrating the timer. First, they install an aluminum weight assembly that controls the timer speed.
Every day I'm gonna watch it. Oh, are you serious? No, I'm so embarrassing.
They run the timer on a testing machine, comparing it to the delay set on the main cam. If the timer runs too fast, they take some tension off the timer spring.
Today is Sunday. Where is the class? You have class right now.
Until they get the right speed.
What is the timer? Your class
Once
finished.
the timer is accurate, they screw it into the timer cover.
Reach the teacher.
The lock
Close the
body
door.
contains the lever that retracts the lock's latch. It also has a brass electrical plug to connect a time delay indicator light. After securing the latch and lever in position with the cover plate, they install the timer assembly. The visible side is painted black, just like the visible side of the cover plate. Then they insert the cylinder assembly. They mount the lock on the door of the safe and hook up the indicator lights, which run on AA batteries. To open the safe, you insert, turn, then remove the key. The red light indicates the timer is counting down. When the time delay is over, the green light comes on. Then you reinsert the key and the safe opens. Chocolate brownies are irresistible. Their origins are uncertain, but they were definitely developed in the United States over a century ago. One story is that a homemaker from Bangor, Maine made the first brownies accidentally while trying to make a cake. Another story states that they were deliberately invented by the chef at a Chicago hotel. Neither cake nor cookie, a brownie is something in between. A moist, dense, and chewy square. There's no doubt it brings something special to the table. To mass-produce brownies, this factory starts with canola oil. They add xanthan gum, a natural preservative that increases moisture retention during baking. They blend these two ingredients in an industrial mixer. Then they add sugar, cocoa, and canola and palm oil shortening. They reactivate the mixer, and it blends the ingredients into a chocolate batter. The next ingredients are whole eggs and corn syrup. The massive mixing arm descends back into the bowl and whips these ingredients into the batter. A worker wheels the bowl to a hopper, which releases a precise amount of flour. The flour thickens the mix. It will give the baked brownie structure. After 25 minutes of mixing, the batter is complete. There's enough batter here to make 6,000 brownies. They transfer the smooth, chocolatey mixture to a machine called a depositor. A sprayer mists the pans with oil to keep the brownies from sticking to them during baking. Then the pans arrive at the depositor. This computerized machine releases the batter into each pan. It has perfect aim every time. Next, the pans enter an 11.5-foot oven. The brownies rotate through 13 tiers to bake them evenly. After about 20 minutes, the brownies are cooked. They exit the oven and head into a cooling chamber. Like the oven, it's multi-tiered. The pans move through it as fans cool the brownies. The cooling helps solidify the brownies. Then a robot arm with needle-like claws lifts them out of the pans and transfers them to the next conveyor. The robots are gentle, so the cool brownies stay intact during the process. The brownies round a corner and transfer to another conveyor. At the end of the line, a worker places the brownies in a narrow conveyor system that takes them to the wrapping station. A computer sensor detects their approach and alerts the plastic wrapping system ahead. The plastic unwinds into the wrapping machine as the brownies enter it. Metal wheels with grooves pull the wrapper under the brownies, and then heated wheels melt the seam to close it. A hot jaw then seals and severs the plastic film between the brownies, creating individual packets. A robot opens a box and sets it on a conveyor next to the brownie line. An employee then places 8 packets of brownies in each carton. They ride by a rotary device, which automatically folds the ends of the cartons. Then the boxes are glued shut. Finally, they travel through a metal detector. It uses a high-frequency electromagnetic signal to detect any metal fragments in the brownies. It takes about an hour to make and package brownies at this factory, but only a fraction of that time to enjoy them.